Hello, welcome to day 14 of our YOGANUARY challenge. We've made it to 2 weeks. Congratulations to all of you who've been following along. Hope you've been enjoying the journey so far. Please let me know your feedback down in the comments. I read through every single one of them. And today we're going to be working on a strong hip opener flow. So we're going to be working a lot on our lower body, a lot on our hips and our hip mobility. Take it to your own pace as always, and I hope you enjoy this flow. So let's get started. Grab yourself a mat and some comfortable clothes, and let's get started. We're going to start off today in our Baddha Konasana. If this is super intense, you can also stay in your cross-legged seat. And wrapping your hands around your toes, inhale to squeeze the shoulder blades, reaching the crown of the head a little bit taller. Take 2 rounds of breath here. Breathing in and out through the lungs, but really breathing down into our hips, our thighs, our lower body. Feeling that expansion with every inhale. And that gentle release of tension, that gentle contraction with every exhale. So next inhale, we're going to take a little cow spine as we reach the crown of the head up, squeezing the shoulder blades a little bit more to reach our chest towards the ceiling, and exhaling to curl inwards, pulling your navel in towards your spine. Inhaling to reach it up, squeeze your shoulder blades. Exhaling to curl inwards. 2 more rounds. Inhaling to reach your chest up. Squeeze those shoulder blades. Exhaling to curl. Bring your navel in towards your spine. 1 more round. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to curl. So next inhale, come back to that neutral spine. Release your toes. You bring the hands behind you. Bring your knees back together, and then we're just going to take some little windscreen wipers here. Going from side to side, just easing into the hips, massaging the glutes a little bit. You next exhale and bring your legs towards the left. Keep your left hand on the mat, just turning the fingers so that they're away from the body. And then press your hips up, squeezing the glutes as we reach the right hand up. Inhale. And exhale, slowly come back down. Right hand comes to the mat as we bring our knees over towards the right. Right fingertips are facing away from the body. We lift the hips and the left hand. Taking a big, expansive inhale. And exhaling, coming back through center. Both hands come down to the mat. Keep your feet to the outside of the mat. Toes are facing out the way, heels are in. And then using your hands or without your hands, we're going to come to our Malasana, yogi squat. Bring your hands to heart center. Elbows on the inside of the knees. We're pressing the hips all the way up. Inhaling. As you exhale, hands come down towards the ground, keeping the feet where they are. We're just extending the hips up, taking an Uttanasana variation. Inhale. As you exhale, Malasana, once again, dropping all the way down into the legs. Bring your hands back to heart center, reach the crown of the head up. And exhaling, hands come back down to the mat. We send the hips all the way up. So you next inhale once more, come to your Malasana, hands come back to heart center. And exhaling once again, folding forwards. So you next inhale, dropping all the way down into your Malasana squat, reaching the crown of the head up. Strong transition, we're pressing into the heels as we reach ourselves all the way to standing. Hands come out and up, palms meet and come down to heart center. You can heel toe your feet back to center. Inhale and exhale into Tadasana. So you next inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhaling, hinging from the hips, Uttanasana, forward fold. We inhale for Ardha Uttanasana. And then exhaling, make your way to your downward facing dog. So wherever you are on your mat, stepping back or forward. Inhaling here. And exhaling, release through the mouth, sighing it out. The next inhale, we lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale to bend into the knee, opening up the hip towards the right. Inhale. As you exhale, big step forward, right foot comes to the outside of the right hand, lizard lunge. Drop your left knee, untucking the left toes. You can either stay here, or if you want to play with lowering down to one elbow, maybe both, you can. If you do have blocks, you can also come onto the blocks, or maybe just play with staggering the arms, working with your breath. We're letting the head and shoulders get heavy wherever we are, and we're really dropping our hips into this stretch, feeling it across the front of the left thigh and the inside of the right thigh. On your next inhale, lift your gaze. If you're down on your elbows, press back up onto your hands. We inhale to exhale, half split variation, sending the hips all the way back. Straightening that right leg as much as possible. It doesn't need to be completely straight. Inhale. As you exhale, rock it back forward. Tuck the left toes, lifting the left knee. We're stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Malasana, yogi squat once again. Bring your hands to heart center, pressing your chest up. And then exhaling, hands come down to the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. So you next inhale, lift your gaze. Ardha Uttanasana, keeping the legs where they are. Exhaling, hands come down to the mat. We're going to step the right foot back, coming to our lizard lunge. Inhale, as you exhale, drop the right knee, untucking the right toes. You can stay here, or if you played with it on the other side, you can bring one elbow or both elbows down to the mat. Wherever you are, you're letting the weight of the head get heavy, feeling that stretch across the top of the back. We're also dropping into the hips, trying to keep that left knee close towards the shoulder. Finding any variation that works for you. And then as you next inhale, pressing back onto your hands. If you came down to your elbows, tucking the right toes, lifting the right knee, or stepping back to the Malasana squat, top of the mat, dropping your hips down. You can bring your hands to heart center. I forgot to say, but if your heels are lifted, that's completely okay. Inhale here. As you exhale, hands come down to the mat. Once again, folding forwards, Uttanasana. You next inhale. Ardha Uttanasana, flat back extension. Hands come back down to the mat as you fold to step it all the way back, downward facing dog. As you next inhale, we lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Exhaling, bending into that left knee, opening up the hip. As you exhale, step left foot to the outside of the left hand. This time, keeping the right knee lifted, we're going to extend the legs, coming to a pyramid variation. If you want to go a little further, you can also lift the left toes off the mat. This is deepening the stretch across your calf. Inhale. As you exhale, rocking it back forwards. Inhale to lift your chest. We exhale, step it all the way back. Inhale, we lift the right leg. Exhaling to bend into the right knee. We step right foot to the outside of the right hand, lizard lunge, keeping left knee lifted. Inhale as you exhale, long pyramid pose, straightening the right leg as much as possible, maybe lifting those toes. Inhale as you exhale to rock it back forwards. Pressing firmly into your hands. This time we're stepping it back to our plank pose. Knees, chest in, or chaturanga to upward facing dog or cobra. And then downward facing dog. As you next inhale, right leg reaches all the way up. Bending into the right knee, opening up the hip. Inhale as you exhale, big step forward. Right foot comes in between the two hands. We're going to come all the way up, opening to our warrior two. We're facing the left side of the mat. Inhaling. As you exhale, we're moving to our Trikonasana. So straightening the front leg, Reaching your right hand towards the front of the mat as you push the hips out towards the side. And then exhaling, right hand can come down to your calf, to your foot, or towards the floor as we lift and open our left hand all the way up. Inhale here. As you exhale, generous bend in the right knee. We're planting the right hand on the mat, extended side angle. Inhale. And then exhaling, reaching that left hand all the way to the top of the mat, continuing the movement as you bring right toes in. We're folding over the left leg in our Prasarita Padottanasana. Take a full round of breath. And then as you next exhale, release, coming back through center. We're coming back to the top of the mat, turning those right toes to face out the way, bending generously into the right knee, and then cartwheeling the hands. We're coming all the way up to our peaceful warrior. Inhale. And exhale, warrior two. On your next inhale, reach the hands up, turning the right toes to face the side of the mat. Bring your heels in, toes out. We're exhaling for a goddess pose. Inhaling here. Squeezing the shoulder blades to lift your chest, dropping into the hips. Knees are turning out the way. We're tucking our pelvis to deepen that stretch across the inside of the thighs. Inhale once again. And exhale, go a little lower. As you next inhale, reach the hands all the way up, 5-pointed star. We're turning left toes to face the side of the mat, right toes to face the front of the mat, and then coming back to our warrior two. Inhaling in warrior two. Inhaling in warrior two. Exhaling for peaceful warrior. As you next exhale, cartwheel the hands, come down to frame the front foot. We're turning to face the front as we bring right foot towards the right thigh, figure four, downward dog. Left knee can be bent. We want the right knee to be out towards the side. Inhale here. Gaze comes forward. Bring the right shin down towards the mat. We're dropping into our pigeon pose. Dropping the left knee, untucking the left toes. Inhale to lift your chest all the way up. And exhale, melting down towards the mat. Release your forehead. On your next inhale, slowly walk the hands all the way up and back towards your body. We're rolling onto our right glute as we turn to face the side of the mat, bringing our right foot to plant into the mat. Left foot is out towards the back of the mat. You're going to bring your left hand towards your right ankle, and then inhale to reach the right hand all the way up and across towards the left foot. We're looking underneath the arm here, trying to keep this right knee from falling in the words. So really pressing it actively out the way. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, come back through center. We're going to extend both of the legs out towards the side of the mat, reaching the hands up, and then exhaling, folding forwards, bring the hands down to the mat, releasing the head and shoulders. It's still an active pose, so we want the toes to be flexed, and we don't want them to be falling in the words, we want them to be falling out the way. Taking 3 rounds of breath here. Then as you next inhale, pressing lightly into your hands, uncurling from the base of the spine, come all the way up to seated. We're going to bend back into this right knee, coming as if we're coming to our pigeon pose, tucking the left toes, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, engage your core, lifting your left leg, and then stepping it all the way back, downward facing dog. As you next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhaling as you bend into the knee, opening up the hip, maybe turning it slightly towards the left. And then exhaling, gaze comes forward, left foot comes in between the two hands to reach it all the way up, opening up, warrior two. We're facing the right side of the mat. Inhaling in warrior two, exhaling, straightening the front leg. We're coming to our Trikonasana, triangle pose. We're straightening the front leg, sending the hips towards the back of the mat as we reach the left hand forwards. Once you can't go any further forward with this left hand, bring it either down to your shin, your ankle, your foot, the mat. We lift it, open up towards the right side of the mat. We're looking towards the right hand. Inhale. And exhale, gaze comes down towards the left foot, generous bend in the left knee. We're coming to our extended side angle. Inhaling here. As we exhale, reach that right hand towards the top of the mat, bringing the left toes to face the side of the mat as we reach our hands to frame the right foot. Prasarita Padottanasana, folding over the right leg. As you next exhale, release your fold, coming to face the front of the mat. We're turning the left toes to face the front and coming all the way back to our warrior two. Inhaling, reaching hands all the way up, coming to our five-pointed star. As we reach the hands up, we're bringing heels in, toes out, and exhaling, goddess pose. We're engaging our core. Elbows are out towards the sides, pointing the knees out, tilting our pelvis slightly to feel that stretch across the inside of the thighs. Inhale here. As you exhale, go a little lower. And then inhaling, releasing all the way up. We come back to our warrior two. Inhale in warrior two, exhale, peaceful warrior. Reaching the left hand up and over. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to bring both of the hands down to frame the front foot. And then we're going to press, the left foot comes towards the right thigh in our figure four dog. So you can bring a little bend of the leg here, or keep them straight as we're pressing into the hand, sending the hips all the way back. Inhale as you next exhale, gaze comes forward, drop the left chin towards the front of the mat, untucking the right toes, releasing the right knee. We inhale to lift our chest, exhale to mount down towards the mat. Take a few rounds of breath here. Your next inhale, lift your gaze, pressing lightly into your hands. Welcome back towards your body. We're rolling onto the left glute as we turn to face the right side of the mat. Right foot stays extended. Flex your feet. We're bringing the left foot to plant firmly on the mat, grabbing a hold of the left ankle with the right hand. We're reaching the left hand up and then over towards the right foot. We want to keep our chest open here, looking underneath the arm. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, gently release, coming back through center. Once again, we're extending both of the legs out towards the side. Toes are flexed, turning out the way. Inhale to reach your hands up. As you exhale, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Wide-legged forward fold. You next inhale, gently start walking your hands back towards your body as you uncurl your spine. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, coming to our Baddha Konasana. Wrapping the fingertips around our toes. Inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to fold forwards. And then slowly release, vertebrae by vertebrae, come all the way to seated. You can cross your legs, face the front of your mat. As you inhale to reach the hands all the way out and up, palms meet and come down through heart center. We're going to pause here for a few moments, breathing in and out through the nose. Just noticing how our hips are feeling, how the lower body feels after this big hip opener. And then bring your mind back to the present moment as you thank yourself for making time today to move your body, to connect to your breath, your mind, and also your heart. And I thank you for joining me along on this YOGANUARY challenge, but also for continuing to flow with me. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this hip opener and that it wasn't too intense. If you are feeling a little bit intense, you can always come back to some windscreen wipers in your hips just to loosen it up a little bit. And let me know what you thought in the comments below. Please don't forget to give this video a like, and we will see each other tomorrow. Bye.